Wait, give me that one. Is it reachable? Pandemonium!
What a great start.
What an intro.
A lot of people are going to see these hand actions of mine and then the bad toss by Pete.
All of a sudden we're
Great
like,
toss by Peter and bad hands by Chris.
You know what I said to myself? I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. There's just no way.
I was like, oh man, this is great. He's going to toss these in. We're going to catch him. It's going to look good.
It's going to look so good.
Pop, pop.
Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm going to do, Chris?
Thank you, sir.
That's definitely going to be...
Oh, that's got to be the clip.
This was on Better Call Saul, right? Like you spit. Oh, this is so fun.
It is. It's so
I'm
bad.
so lucky it did not get broken.
Yeah.
He said in
The Butterfinger, I mean, tossing it to the guy who Ray dropped the can, getting out of the car, you know,
true.
that was a great move.
That's true. That's true.
So on Better Call Saul, he's like, you spin this, and then it does something, and if you crack it, it shouldn't blow up. Well, okay, that really didn't do fuck all.
Oh,
I mean,
no. Oh, get it. Get it. Good job, Joe.
Chug it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday, cold Saturday night.
Cold Saturday.
Pregame, Chicago Bulls style. Let's go Bulls, baby.
I wonder what free swag we're gonna get this time.
We already know, Joseph.
Ooh, what's the free swag?
Corona bucket hat.
Corona what?
Bucket hat. You know how bucket hats are coming back in style?
I don't
And
know
we
if I know what a
getting one
bucket
of
hat
them.
is.
We getting one of them.
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cap.
Think about a bucket, and then think about it over the top of your head.
Most of my childhood.
That was a bull, Joe. Oh, let's go, boys. Let's go.
That's what a bucket hat is.
Oh my God! Really?
They're coming back, baby.
Coming back. Hey, here's a crazy story. So,
Crazy
talking
story.
about- well, not this. I guess not that crazy, but talking about things coming back. We were at dinner last night, and for some reason the topic of cocaine came back, and I read
Is cocaine making a comeback?
dude, huge.
Right, really? Like amongst people in the
Huge following.
More production. The production of cocaine is greater than it was in the 80s.
Huge following for cocaine.
Lots of fans. Lots of people.
I love that.
On the rise, baby.
I'm just saying
if Jim
that-
Cramer was on TV right now, I'd be like, buy cocaine. It's on the rise. It's on the rise.
And I love that Trump impression. That caught me so off guard. Yep.
But it's bigger in oh my god! So I got tons of stories.
Isn't this the thing that people's dying from though? The fentanyl too? Is that like it? That's
It's
what
in everything
It's gotta
now.
be a huge thing. Yeah,
That's what the
you gotta be
fentanyl
Yeah.
overdoses are coming from, right?
Because
Cocaine.
And the Mexican cartel are trying to work with these dealers and being like, hey, you idiots, you can't cut it with fentanyl, and it's there's too many people are dying. I don't know who's doing cocaine unless you know exactly how it's getting cut with, but yeah, no, you're really putting your life at risk every time you do cocaine at this point.
Ugh.
Terrific.
I was told of a story of a lady who might have been doing some who used to like the sugar
The nose candy?
like the nose candy, would go home late at night, like really late at night, and would find some with random people.
The booger sugar?
And I thought keep it going, Chris, keep it going. You got fired today.
I hope you have another one.
I wish I did.
But I always thought cocaine. You did cocaine to keep you up, not like right before you're going to bed. You know what I mean?
I would have imagined. Yet I've heard it like amps you up, or it's like an upper.
I thought that, what is it? Who is it? Wasn't it Ralphie May that came out with like they were doing some type of drug and like the guy was getting paranoid or something. He was going like he
had acid.
Yeah, and then
he's
the
like,
guy
you gotta fight fire with fire, baby.
and take a bump of cocaine to get kind of calm your acid trip down.
So I had to hit that little bump of cocaine. Fight fire with fire, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
this is thick.
This is thick.
This is like
Give me a little limo. Give me a little synopsis.
This is.
It's warm. It's
this
thick.
is like Tanner.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Look at this. All right, so this is from.
I don't want to wipe my pants.
I know it's gonna stain it.
Yeah, my hands are stained.
Yeah. Well, this delight is called Fat Bear. It's from Hop
No,
Butcher
it's not Bert.
of the World. Yeah, nothing to do with Two Bears, One Cave. The Hop Butcher
For the
world. Thank you. We were just here last weekend, so Sarah picked these up. She liked them, and then I stole them.
Nice. Where was this? Is this a brewery in Chicago? Or?
Yeah, there's a place in Chicago off of Lincoln Avenue, almost kitty corner to Bad Apple.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Bad Apple or Angry?
Isn't it Bad Wolf out there?
Not Bad Wolf.
Bad Apple's over like on
No, it's
Lincoln and
Yes, it's okay. Yeah, it's,
Lincoln and Montrose pretty much over.
Yep,
Bit.
this
There's
is
a Jewel
kitty-
over there.
kitty
Yeah,
corner
okay.
To that.
Okay.
What-
I know. Yes. Okay. Now I know
Whoever
what
made I don't know if it's Daisy Cutter, but like there was a brewery over there that
you're saying. Yes.
was pretty popular that I can't remember the name.
and they
of.
moved out because they got too big.
Yeah,
I know
what,
what you're
I want to say it was Three Floyds, but it's not Three Floyds.
saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, my hands are sticky as a mother.
Oh, baby.
This is kind of ridiculous. All right.
You know that don't look natural, Coach.
It looks like I jacked off an elephant. Ow! And there we go. If we were monetized on the YouTube channel,
we're
we'd be done.
yeah, we're getting canceled.
I actually like the beer. I don't think it's that bad. I know you haven't taken
You
a
like
sip
it?
yet.
No.
It's not. It looks thick, but it's more of a. It's kind of like a syrupy consistency, actually.
I'm continuing our unofficial sponsor of the podcast, Coors Light.
Oh, I hit one of those energy liquid IVs. Boys, there's nothing better. Liquid IV, you're never going to sponsor us, but your energy liquid IV is amazing. Like, legitimately, if you're having a rough day, hit one of these bad boys up. It changes your life.
We're gonna get sponsored by like Condom Depot because no wholesome company is gonna ever sponsor us.
Let me get you here, Joe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Let me know what you think, Joe. Get a little taste in there. It's got a beautiful little. I like the can a lot. Little fat bear. You know, I'll zoom in on this. Little nice little thing here.
Some nice artwork.
Yeah. The peanut butter and the chocolate really take off
Yes.
the bite.
Joe,
of,
don't
like a
you?
stout.
You're not a fan of peanut butter though, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
I
okay.
hate the stuff. Awful.
That's a
so it's so good. It's so good tasting.
I wish I was allergic to it just so I could never experience tasting it.
That's a tough
It's
one.
awful.
I cannot believe
No,
that.
I don't hate it that much.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I'm drinking this and
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, I've just never really liked peanut butter.
This is really going to give us a good, a nice little buzz.
This is
to
a
start
nice
today.
10%.
Yeah, that's going to give you
Jesus,
a nice buzz
no.
to start today.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Chris, get in there. Don't be scared.
Chris.
Don't be scared.
Well, somebody's got to adult tomorrow.
Oh, that is. Well, you know what? You do it now.
Yeah.
And then you ride that wave the whole night.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying like till late night. I'm saying you're starting early.
All right,
You
I'll ride
end
it till about
early.
6:30
Start early.
when I fall
You
asleep.
start early, you end early. You know?
let me give you
do
guys,
like the ladies do. You know,
yeah.
start early, end early.
Let me. Okay, so that's a funny story. So I think about how we live life, and I wouldn't say anybody's ever going to want to live the life we live.
Fudge no. Fudge no.
We work really hard. We get up really early. We go out really late, and we're having a blast. Everything good, Chris?
I'm just making sure that it's recording.
And so last night I'm out to dinner with Lauren and her friends, and we're having a good time. And they're talking about they're talking about college times and like how they'd have like the fear of missing out and not wanting to go out. And now they're like
They had the FOMO.
now they have the fear of being asked to go out. And I'm sitting there in the corner I'm like, oh God, oh God. They're like, the one individual literally will cancel plans like 10 minutes before, like all the time. Like they would rather not go out. They'd rather, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get that. I honestly don't think I will ever be in a situation where I'm like, it's for me. I would when Brian said, "Are there any alcoholics out tonight?"
He was like, yeah, let me see what I can pull up in my schedule real
I
quick.
swear, I saw that and I was like, they're either working or
Yeah.
yeah.
It was. I was just like, and it.
The answer was yes.
Yes. There's always yes. We're always
Yes.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it did, and then I saw him. He was out at the bars last night, and I was like, "Damn, I wish I had literally immediately had fear of missing out." But then I got into bed, and it was like 10:30, and I was like, 4 weird green beers.
This is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 weird green beers in. But like on a Saturday night, I would if or my uncle's like, why don't you go to the Bulls game and come back and do the podcast? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Out after.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Last weekend, that missing that extra hour of sleep,
Yeah, that was hurt. That was a hurt.
that hurt a lot.
Tell you, it went by fast. So fast.
How was the Gold Star Lounge, Joseph?
It was nice. Not really much going on in terms of St. Patrick's Day.
I was gonna say.
It was pretty normal. It was pretty chill. We went to Gold Star.
Brian didn't tell me that. Brian had other stories for me. He told me he was getting talking to about some guy that was from Texas, and then Brian asked him where in Texas. He's like, the most dangerous part of Texas.
Oh, Brian was there for like a drink and a half before we got there.
Yeah.
So these were stories that he experienced, yes, before we got there.
And then he said the guy from Texas also was putting on his shirt on backwards. Like he had buttoned it up backwards or something.
I had missed this guy completely. But he did tell me this when I got there.
Oh, who else was there?
It was me and Reno.
Oh,
nice.
God.
And so...
So the 5 a.m. club.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
No!
Yes! Called it.
So, went to Gold Star.
Would you get up like 5 minutes ago?
Oh, no. A couple hours ago. Tried to get at least 6 hours. And
Sweet daddy.
went to Gold Star, went to Enjoy.
Ooh, nice.
Same thing, crowded, not like packed like it is on a normal Saturday, a little less. They had the tables out still, so, kind of created some barriers. Went to Lottie's.
Nice.
Oh, man, you were all over the place.
Yeah.
Getting all our usuals.
And then from there we went to...
How
Oh, tell me it was...
Lottie's?
What's that?
How disgusting was Lottie's at that point?
Lottie's wasn't bad. That's
Okay.
all these bars,
Where'd
none
you
of
get-
them were
it's St.
crazy.
Patrick's Day on
Some
Friday,
people
yeah.
were dressed like St. Patrick's Day, and some people were dressed like
Just having a good
it
time.
was just a Friday. I
You
feel.
also, I'm gonna, yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, last weekend compared to this weekend, at least without having gone out yet for today, but it feels like a lot more people were out last weekend with the dying of the river and stuff, and not actually St. Patrick's Day weekend, which befuddles me beyond
Still, I don't
belief.
get it either. Yep.
I don't understand. So, or maybe we just missed all the drunks because apparently it was a little bit pandemonium early in the day because March Madness and
Yes.
St.
Yeah,
Patrick's.
a
So a
lot
lot of
of people
people
took
were off and just enjoying the day out. So maybe by the time we got out there, I mean, I don't think we literally didn't get to the first bar until about 11 o'clock.
Ooh.
So we just it was like 2 rounds, around 2:30 hit. Reno wanted to go back to
The coaching lounge.
the Redhead bar and smoke a cigar, and I was like, all right. It's kind of a chill night. We just kind of talked the whole night. There was no like big dancing or anything like that. And then yeah, we just stayed at Redhead and then grabbed some food on the way home, and he went home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
So
chill.
it wasn't like a wild
Oh,
night.
ladies and gentlemen.
You made
Oh.
it. It's finally made it.
Podcast. Thank you. The talents.
Freshly bathed just for the podcast.
Nice.
actually. It was just for Chris.
Wait, so how
Yeah.
late were you out last night, Joe?
I think it was 5:16 when Reno left my place.
Wait, 5:36?
5:16.
Well, 5:16. Me and Peter barely got up an hour later.
That's just a guess. It's not like
Yeah.
I was like, "What time is it?" Because I mean, the sun wasn't up yet.
Why
And,
did you
and
get up-
honestly, it went by fast. Like it didn't even
just flew
seem
by.
like 5.
Why did you go out at 11? Just out of curiosity.
It was just the time that Reno was ready. Like by the time we got
it.
from him to me to the bar.
What I was gonna say is, you fucked up though, right? Excuse my language, Chris.
How?
Lottie's on a Friday, you start there first, early before the guys get out. You know this, baby. Come
I
on.
mean, we weren't getting out until
also
11,
St. Patrick's
and
Day,
at
so
that
it's a
point,
little-
it
wasn't that busy.
It was dead anyways.
The 11 might be a little tough, but you know, you get out at 9 on a Friday at Lottie's.
Well,
It's a good time.
the plan was to just be like start out talking and hanging out. Don't worry, I got you. Hold on, here's
It's
the,
going to stay in your hand.
here's the wet rag. Yep.
It's like the Jacko bean
It's
of,
like
of beers.
it's a true. Listen,
No,
you guys
baby,
had
no.
black and tans last weekend.
Yep.
This is the new version.
Just showered,
Nice.
guys.
right here.
Could use another one. Just kidding.
Well,
So wait,
we'll all have a group
Yep, go
shower
ahead, Joe.
after this.
I have 2 talking points.
Oh, good, because I have tons. Let's hit it.
Okay, first one is, and maybe I missed it. Did we ever talk about the end of February and our jump rope
Nope,
skipping?
not at all.
And,
No.
and
Absolutely
and
not.
meditation.
I feel bad.
Okay, do you guys want to talk about that?
Yes. I will start. I'm pissed that I literally, with how busy work is, by the 15th of February, I have an alarm every day at 3:30 goes off.
Yeah.
I've not hit that since probably 11 or February 15th, and it makes me sad because
Oh,
for the
wow.
first 15
For the
days,
meditation?
the first 15 days, it's amazing. I love it to death. I honestly love meditation. It's just that motion of stopping working and taking 10 to 15 minutes is tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
I was pretty good up until like the last week in February, like those last like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Outside the weekends where we're all in the basement working, it was just like impossible to like find a time where like everybody could just like Like Gavin wasn't taking part in this challenge, so it wouldn't be like he would just be sitting there like, "What the hell's going
Well,
on?"
I
for
think he
like,
was doing the meditation already, guys.
yeah. But I mean,
Take a little siesta.
but I mean,
some
besides the
siestas.
weekends, I was pretty good during the weekdays up until like those last 3 days.
Okay. What about you, Pat?
I didn't last like 2 days into it.
Is it for anything?
The
Is this
meditation part.
Just
I
the
didn't- yeah.
We're just speaking meditation.
Yeah.
I truly believe in meditation.
I have audits on. I have like the deadlines are insane. So yeah, I didn't get to it at all.
What about you, Joe?
I was pretty consistent for the first chunk of February, and then I dropped off like in somewhere between the second and third week, and I was like, oh man, it just like completely left my mind, and so sporadically finished it up in the end of February. Like started going in. It wasn't consistent, but I did like 4 of the 7 days of the week. You know, like consistent, like kind of like that for the last bit of February.
How was your jump rope? That surprised me. There were days when I would do jump rope. The next day, I would be like sore in weird places, and I'm like,
Yes.
what is going on? And I'm like, oh, the jump rope.
I-
It hits you
yeah.
in weird places.
Before we started, when we knew we were gonna do jump rope, I was like, get a ball or something to like rub your foot, because
Yeah.
the inside of that arch is gonna get real tight, and it'll just sneak up on you, and you'll be like, why the fuck does it hurt to walk or like step weird or whatever?
Yeah.
But yeah, that I did very similar to the because they kind of went hand in hand for me. Not saying like I would meditate and then jump rope, but the days I meditated were the same days I
Did you
jump
meditate
rope.
while jump roping?
I did not. Although it could be very meditative, for sure, because you're just standing in one spot. I mean, there were times where I would do that for like 30 minutes.
Like just
Not in February, but
consistently,
like
but just
at
on and
one
off?
point, yeah. So my highest I got was like I got to like 6.5 minutes.
Oh,
nice,
wow.
nice.
Yeah.
I think I got to about 3 minutes and like 10 seconds was like the best I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I was better at going fast in jump roping than like being consistently like what is, because I would mentally just disappear and then I would always
Yep.
catch my foot.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, yeah, it's nice when you get right. It's almost like running.
Yeah.
Where you stop having to like look at the ground or
Yes, yep.
compute the ground, and you just get used to running on different surfaces and stuff like that. It's the same thing with running or jump roping, where eventually you don't have to worry about that. You can just.
Yeah. How'd you guys do, Chris?
I got to like a minute 30. Jump
Nice.
roping was one of those things where like it was worse for me than the meditating. Like I just would like forget about it, or you get to like the end of the day and it was just like, oh, I forgot like to jump rope. But like I was always trying to shoot for like 10 seconds better, like every day, and it just like I kind of capped at like a minute 30 pretty much.
Pat?
What about you, Pat?
I think, and then average, I was probably in the 130 to 140 range, but I got a high of right around 2.
Pat, lower that
Okay,
mic a little bit,
nice.
yeah.
But it's hard to tell because, like I said, I don't have like
There
I don't
you
have a
go.
wristwatch like you guys do. So I had to like when I hit it, I have to go like grab my phone and stop it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah,
So
that's what I did.
So there's probably
yeah.
like a 10-second gap in there.
Okay. How did you guys like? Because I mean, I don't imagine you were big rope skippers before.
Jump
How
roper?
do you or jump ropers? Thank you. I don't know what.
I skip rope all
Words
the time,
are
Joe.
hard. Words
You
are
smell
hard.
toast, Joe?
This beer's
Yes, it's killing me
coming
too.
in
It's
hot.
like,
coming in hot.
woo!
I don't enjoy this beer at all. Anything about this beer.
But at jumping rope, how do you
want
like
mine,
the
Chris? Have mine.
cardio
Just have mine.
comparative to say running or rowing or
Yeah.
other forms that you do? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I actually really like it. I thought I think it's good cardio, really good cardio. I see a lot of people now doing it too. It's like something I didn't notice. And I see a lot of people jumping ropes.
There's
who are just-
this big guy in my gym that does like he'll do like a set of something and then he'll like jump rope and then he'll go back and do his next set and then jump rope and do his next set and jump rope.
One thing I bought like right at the start of COVID, I got weighted ropes.
oh, nice.
And I've been using them ever since. Like the one that I did this with was like a quarter pound, like 0.25 of
Nice.
a pound.
That's got to be good on your forearms.
It's not it messes with your grip and like this part,
Triceps.
shoulders, triceps, and it eventually stops becoming a cardio thing, and it's like, how long can you take the burn on your arms?
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been hitting
Highly recommend it.
We've been hitting the on Saturdays is our big cardio day. Like we'll do an hour of running, and like the last 10 minutes is always now we're training for the beer mile, and oh dude, it's killing me. So today I did the mile, but I did the drinking while doing it. Like, so I tried to chug water at every 25 and a half miles, 0.75.
It would have been great if you had the beer. If you had a beer in the bank. All right,
I
guys.
legitimately thought you had a beer. I was like, yeah. Oh wow, he's just okay.
No, when it gets
that's
nice
smart.
out, yeah.
That's not smart. Like a little transition.
Well,
Start with
Chris,
water.
Chris is, yes, you start with the water because you really got to get used to is your body being full. Because I never drink water.
Perhaps for you can do you can get the Heineken Zero and do that in the get in the gym.
I guess but here's the thing: you don't really need the alcohol because the alcohol, 4 beers is not going to affect us. It's the carbonation that Chris was told me about.
That's where you get the thing zero in there.
No,
you get seltzer water.
Were we
I think the
talking?
Heineken Zero is a better option.
Sorry, I'm about to take a hard left and
Go for it, baby. Let's go.
Sort of Pat Lynch, but
Let's
it is
go.
related. Do you who was I talking to with recently that when drinking in like Europe compared to drinking in America, people talk about like how gassy they get drinking, and it has mainly to do with the fact that it's mainly pints in Europe, so it's an open glass and it
Probably Brian because he was in Europe or Basso. That sounds like a Basso conversation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's such an interesting thing. Like people can drink way more and harder due to in Europe without like feeling that bloating.
Well, I mean, did you ever see the thing? It's how you. It's also not. It's not so much the open container. It's how you pour the beer too. Because if you pour it like really tight, like at an angle, and it's like all no foam, no head.
Yeah.
then that's all going to expand in your stomach. If you ever put like a rag
But-
in it, it like overflows.
But like here, it's always cans and bottles.
Yeah.
Occasional draft. Draft
Yeah.
is like the upscale
Yeah.
in a lot of time situation. Where in Europe, it's the standard, and so
they're more
that's
environmentally
where
conscious.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Here, you got to be careful with all the lines out here. Nobody cleaned their lines. How many times have we gotten stank beer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All the time.
Wise Fools had the best lines of all time, man.
last night.
Oh yeah, were you
No,
getting?
I'm just kidding.
just
I'm just
kidding.
kidding. I did get Old Style on tap though at Gold Star,
Yeah,
baby.
That's where it's at.
Boom. He kind of snuck up on me. I didn't know what to do, and I was like, "Don't worry, I got this one in my back pocket."
Double tequila and Coke.
Old Style on draft, please. Yes, and then a tequila and Coke for my friend.
And they're
He's
like,
like, what?
you guys gotta leave our bar.
And they're like, "I'm sorry, what was?"
I got
was
the
that
old
word?"
style. We got the old style. What's the second part?
well, tonight at the Bulls game, we're getting Coors Light again.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
That's
get
true.
the Yeller 312.
The Yeller. They
The
also
Yeller.
have Labatt Blue Boys.
Or
Yep.
and the beer hug.
Hey, you guys you're an alcoholic when you know the beer options at the sporting arenas.
No, no.
All right, boys, I got some thoughts here.
Oh, boy.
How are we feeling about the NCAA tournament?
I mean, Joe Keneally's been.
March
Joe
Madness.
Keneally called the Princeton upset over here.
That was the funniest thing. Like you guys
That
are
was
giving him,
hilarious.
giving him all this crap, and then
I didn't give him
We don't
any
give
crap.
We just,
Oh, what are you talking
I wouldn't
about?
call it like crap giving. It was
So,
more like
what were you on? No, Pat, you were definitely. Hey, Pat, or Joe, did you know that the higher numbers are wrong? Like, are you? That's not giving him shit. Like, let's be honest here, champ.
I wasn't sure you knew.
And
I mean,
Purdue
I could-
came in hot.
Let
Or
me-
no, Princeton came in hot.
Excuse
Make
me,
us
Your
some
Honor. Allow me to read from the record.
Hey, I also told him he's playing checkers and we're playing checkers. over here.
Mine literally said, Joe
Chris is good.
baby,
Chris is good. I
Joe
apologize,
baby, you
because I
have
didn't mean to
you have
mingle
Prince
his
as your national champion. Not to mention 2 15s in your Final Four. I love it.
I love that because in my head, this is how I thought Chris was thinking about that text when he wrote it. Hey, I know Joe doesn't know sports, so I'm gonna paint this picture as blatantly as possible. Like, hey, number 15, you have going to the championship. Also, this is hilarious. I love it. But just so you know, also listen to the first part of this text and
Yeah.
read it like once or twice.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. But read this just so you know.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't know. I don't know if you do know.
Understand?
And it is the most
understand-
polite way
yeah.
that Chris does. He'll just be like, "Hey," and paint the picture, and you're like, "Didn't know that. Didn't
Yeah.
know that." But this time, I did know
Yeah.
that.
I was like, hey, Joe, just for future reference, hey, make sure that you don't pick a 15 seed to be your national champion.
I want to kind of wait. So yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Or at least 3 of the 4 in the Final Four maybe not going that route.
Great. Here's the thing. I wanted to go over how, like, I think this is very interesting when I was hearing you guys, and I think our listeners would like this idea. Because when I was picking, I got this whole thing set up. We had, and I wanted to thank the 7 or 8 podcast listeners. I'm hoping you're podcast listeners. Or
They're probably not. They just want
probably
the
not.
free swag, baby.
Probably, hell yeah. And thank you for joining us. We honestly appreciate it. We had 17 people in our pool this year, which is great.
Nice.
But when I was picking mine, I started picking them, and I was like, I have no clue. I'm so chalk. And then I went like 45 minutes before the tournament started. I went and reviewed, and I got Purdue out of the national championship game.
Ooh.
Which was the upset, right?
Yeah, today.
That's
One of
another
them.
upset.
That was today.
I heard
And-
somebody say Purdue,
Yep.
more like Perdon't. And I loved it.
Did it, Chris?
It's
You
such
like
a
that?
Chris, come on!
It's such a dad joke.
Oh.
It was
It's on
fantastic.
low.
Yeah.
You son of a
I
gun.
pressed it like 3 times. It wouldn't go off.
So I would like just to know I just looked at a couple people's brackets. I went pretty much chalk. I know that you got to
Wait.
throw in a couple. Chalk means you're taking the higher seed.
Okay.
But then I knew you have to take a couple upsets here and there, so I just kind of tried to play with it. But how did you guys? I know now, but I think the listeners probably would like to hear how you guys chose your brackets.
I went to ESPN, clicked their little thing. They have a little autofill bracket, and I chose like their bottom option was like their best guess with their BPI, which is some crazy rating thing. And then if I didn't like what the bracket chose, I would choose differently. I also tried to throw in a couple upsets here and there that I thought were kind of good or a good bet, and none of them I think panned through.
Do you have any So for me, I chose Illinois like an idiot, thinking I know a little bit about Illinois, and I feel like they're getting a little bit of a raw deal. And that blew up in my face.
Oh, I knew that Arkansas was going to spank Illinois. But
Fair enough.
And then I did know when you said that you had bet on Virginia.
Yeah.
I did hear that Virginia was had a chance to be upset by Furnham because Furnham had.
Where was that text, my friend?
You didn't tell me that you had bet on.
Where was that text?
Why did you text Virginia? Why did you text it after Virginia lost?
Chris McGraw.
I wish there was a boo button.
I don't know what any of this means.
If you had texted before,
I bet Virginia. And I got.
Pierre waits until after Virginia loses and be like, "Hey, I bet on Virginia."
I wanted to make a little money on Thursday, Joe. I wanted to be a part of the cool group betting on the tournament. So I go and I look at if Virginia is only a 5-point favorite, and they're a 2 seed over a 13.
No, they're a
seed.
5 seed over a 13 seed.
Okay, so I didn't really clearly
4 over 13.
Whatever.
4. Okay.
Math
None
is
of us know
hard.
Nothing.
17.
Whatever, Christopher.
38.
Math is hard. The only person that gets an exception is Joe.
Yep. And so I bet there was a low point. Like the betting was, they were only a +5, and that's a pretty big. That's that game. I was thinking Virginia could win by a lot more than that, so I bet on Virginia, and Virginia got beaten.
And blew up in his face.
And I don't know if did you guys. You guys probably didn't see this, but you guys, anybody see how that game ended?
Did they hit? I wanted to assume they hit a 3-pointer.
Do you know how they got the ball back?
No.
Virginia. They inbound the ball to the guy in Virginia in the corner, and there was only maybe 7 or 8 seconds. Let's say 8 seconds left. So guys holding it. Nobody's coming to run to foul him. So he thinks, okay, there's not enough time. Throws the ball up in the air, so that it goes all the way up in the air.
Pepsi
and then,
Pet NBA jams it here?
Yeah.
Horace Grant from deep.
So, but Virginia does.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking the clock's going to run out. So he throws it up in the air. It's got to take a long time to come down.
Oh, what an idiot!
With a significantly
So,
longer amount of time than he
Yeah.
should have done
It should have
Okay.
been 2 seconds. He did it at 6 seconds.
And
it came down. A guy grabbed it at 5 seconds. The other team stole it. He passes it to a 3-point shooter, shoots the 3-pointer, wins the game.
I did not see that. I knew that they won on the last second 3, but I
Yeah.
did not know it was like that.
All right, I do have a question just in the analysis of college football and how people analyze it. Basketball. Sorry, college basketball. And particularly the March Madness bracket, which is what we are in right now.
Yeah, baby. Madness.
The madness is running wild.
March Madness. Yes.
It's going to run wild on you.
Hulkamania's going wild
these
here.
are teams that at any one point only have maybe several players that are 4 years in or whatever that are consistent.
Depends on the school.
It depends on the school, but it's very rare to get 4-year players.
Usually the
it's-
smaller schools will have people that last longer, and
Yeah.
the bigger schools will have the guys that jump to the NBA right away.
So is there a way to you can't analyze these teams like you do professional teams because there's no longevity in this. At the most you got 4 years.
Yeah,
So
true.
you're analyzing individual. You have to analyze individual players. I'm sure some of these do, I assume, or maybe
you're
I
right.
think some of these players bounce around from college to
They
college.
do. Yeah, they go to
Some
portal.
do.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
Now it's
you're
a lot
right,
more
Joe.
different.
It is
Not as much as
definitely.
the NFL or the college football.
Well, I think.
Oh,
you're
it's
right.
really that's a big thing in
College football is
too.
huge,
That
but I think
people-
the basketball is getting a little bit
No,
more.
basketball definitely has a big portal that people bounce around.
And-
But Joe's right. It's very hard to because none of these guys.
You're doing it based off how their year is.
Yeah,
really.
or you're doing
it's
it
not
based-
you're not looking
So
over
you're just
1 year.
looking at the
Oh,
you're,
see how they
looking
played
at
for
their
a year.
current season.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
trying
you're
to make
basic,
it,
or you're looking at
Interesting.
these highly touted players like freshmen that are coming in, and you're basing it off them that who they're going to be high draft picks in the draft coming up that are on teams, certain like that.
And then the teams in this bracket, the March Madness bracket, they're from all over the U.S., right?
Correct.
So you have teams. It's kind of like the NFC, AFC, where you have teams playing teams that never played each other
It's
before.
It's more
Yes.
like a divisional level where you have like the NFC North and the NFC South. And you have like there's like that sub. It's even more sub.
It's more bracketed like
And
that.
Yeah.
what my uncle even said was that a lot of these big conference teams, they want to be ranked for so long, so they're on better TV like stations that they won't play anybody. So like Virginia, they're saying like Virginia haven't really played anybody, so you don't really know how good Virginia really is because they've never played a really good
You
team.
got Marquette beating up on
like
DePaul twice
Purdue.
a year.
Yeah, you
But
got
I mean, at the beginning of the year, like a lot of these teams will do tournaments and everything, and they'll play. But like the boss said, like none of these guys, they won't go play a hard opponent on the road. They'll play them on like a neutral floor where like half the tickets are sold to your school, half the tickets sold to the other school. Like you're not going to go like Duke isn't going to go into Kentucky where Duke can only get like
It's not like the
150.
UFC. It's like boxing
Yeah.
almost, where the best won't play the best.
Yeah.
They don't want to play the best until the tournament.
So then, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
I know it's a little weird. But that's college sports.
Yeah,
But
college
the big
sports, you
thing-
can
the big
choose
thing
your
that you-
schedule and
yeah,
everything
Is
like
this-
that.
Oh, so is this the first year, or maybe the second year now? I don't know, that these athletes can make money?
Yes, I think.
I
at
believe
on
it is the second
NIL,
year,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
This is the second year?
Yes.
So I imagine this would be their most lucrative time in their career as
Pretty
basketball
much.
players.
Some
Yes.
of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, especially with basketball because unfortunately, not a lot of players from college make it to the NBA.
There's
There's just not a lot of roster room.
Yeah, smaller
Yeah.
rosters in the NBA.
You know what blew my mind on those those NIL deals is the fact that WWE was way ahead of the game, and the UFC took like a whole entire year to get out their first one. The UFC signed Matt Mears' daughter, who's a wrestler at the University of Iowa, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Just like she's destroying it over there. But like I was like, you see WWE's like WWE's first class of NIL deals. Then it's like WWE's second class, and then UFC signs their first one. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, because like, let's be honest, the UFC. If you want to do MMA, you are the top of the top. Like you're not going anywhere else really. And well, you can go.
You-
else. I'm
I
saying
mean, you could. You could
but
go.
I'm saying like, but UFC is where you want to be.
It's also hard.
True, but I mean,
competition
like-
level's
But I
tough to-
guess- and-
to
and
intro
it's-
level go in there.
It's
It's hard
the
to go in.
largest platform.
But it's hard to get in there too. It's hard. Like the UFC is like you're facing the toughest competition right away. Like these guys, they go to smaller promotions and build up a little bit. and get some
But I
fights
mean,
under
like
their
you would
belts.
think, like you would like try to like these NIL deals, like pretty much you're grooming these guys to come in
Like if
and
the
be
UFC,
like.
I would say
in
the
your
UFC
thing.
would be smart to like buy like one of the smaller promotions, not necessarily like Bellator, but like a smaller promotion, and use it almost like a AAA kind of deal where you get your guys.
They did have
developed.
that with WEC, and they
Dana
it didn't really work out. And I think they're oversaturated anyway. But I mean, like,
I think the NFL should have with the spring leagues. They should have like a developmental league.
bring back the NFL Europa.
No, I'm saying I think
NFL Europe,
the
baby.
I think the only way that those leagues are ever be successful is if they're linked directly to the NFL.
Has
I can see the NFL trying to work out some deal with the USFL.
Has the
you should
USFL
work
or
with The
XFL started their season yet?
Yeah, they're in
XFL
summer.
has.
Really?
Yep.
I've heard nothing about it.
You
Interesting.
got to watch TV on Saturday. Joe's on there. You look at like
The Rock
channel
owns it.
645.
I don't have my finger on the pulse like you guys. How is the reception of the XFL? This is their
No
first season.
clue.
It's not going well. Not going
No.
well.
Oh man.
I know, Joe. I'm about as I know a little bit more than you do. I know they started. That's
Listen,
it.
The Rock's hitting a hard speed bump in his career. First Black Adam isn't successful, and he's out of the DC universe, and now the XFL.
Is that really his fault? Because the DC universe kind of jacked up anyways.
I've kind of heard.
Doesn't he have the
tried to-
Fast and
he
Furious
tried-
10 coming out?
Nope. Him
No,
and
he's not
Vin
in those.
Diesel. He burnt that bridge with Vin
Oh,
Diesel.
that's right.
They're not
John
friends
Cena's
anymore.
in it now.
He's
John
coming. He's coming.
Cena.
He's gonna be back to sport. Him and Brendan Fraser doing the next Mummy again. Scorpion
Yeah,
King
Brendan
returns.
Fraser. Did you guys any interest in the Oscars? I
No.
didn't even know it was happening until it was
I
happening.
don't.
I do have a question for Joe about a new movie that I saw coming out. I'm sure that he's going to go see it. Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
No,
And
No.
it's not because it's Dungeons and Dragons. It's because I'm looking at you, camera, and our
Zoom in on this,
Yeah,
Peter.
Which camera?
20,
Which camera
20
am I?
this one?
This one? This one?
No,
This
this
one with the red
this one
dots
right
right
here.
here, red
The
dots.
Straight
one
ahead.
with
Get
the-
the
I'll zoom in on you.
get the hot
This-
camera.
This Dungeons and Dragons movie is nothing more than a money grab. It doesn't follow any of the lore at all. It's like, hey, look, we have elves and dragons, and we saw these. You know all those things in Lord of the Rings? We put that in this one. It's not a real Dungeons and
Let 'em know,
Dragons
Joe.
movie.
Let 'em know.
It's a bullshit ploy, money grab. Like, hey,
That's gonna be a clip for sure right here.
This is Joe's hot
it's
take
a
of the week.
hot take. I haven't seen the movie now, but
Just like
Oh,
I
is it
haven't actually-
out?
just like I haven't even looked at anything in the movie at all.
From everything I've seen, it's just like they're trying to cash in on the whole fantasy thing because it's big money right now, and they just made like a
garbage.
Yeah, some dude's like, yeah,
garbage,
make the elf hot. Dudes like that, and it's like it's
come
one of those.
on.
Is the
stupid
movie out,
things.
Joe?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've watched.
I think it is out.
Is
I've
it-
seen a ton of commercials.
I
for
just
it.
saw a
trailers,
commercial for it. That's why I was
and
asking.
it just looks bad.
Talking about movies, John Wick 4, which we're gonna go see with Joe or Pat in a couple weeks. Did you guys hear that the concierge Lance Reddick?
Lance Reddick passed away.
I saw that.
You know what he did?
Unfortunate.
He said on natural causes. I thought I don't know what that means, but
he
They found him in his home. That's all I
was that a
heard.
heart
like
attack
a
or something?
natural
Like a heart attack or something.
He wasn't like a. I think
was-
he was in
no.
his 60s, was he?
He was
Yeah,
60.
60
Oh,
years
he
old.
was 60.
He was in The Wire.
Oh, he's been in a bunch of
Yes,
stuff.
he was in. Yeah, he was
Prolific.
prominently in The Wire, and then a bunch of other stuff.
He's always been like a character actor that you see in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, and he makes an impact because his voice is so.
And he looks so elegant, like just-
signature. Yep.
it's insane.
Yep.
I thought he was gonna whip Eric Andre's ass when he was on the Eric Andre show.
Oh yeah,
That was the clip that I
there's a
saw.
clip. Yeah, there's a clip out there, and like Eric Andre's like joking around, fucking with him, and he hits the desk so hard where I thought like he was gonna punch Eric Andre in the face.
Do you think people not know what show they're
No,
on when they do that?
he goes out of his way to find people that have never heard of him,
okay.
and like he tries to put them in uncomfortable
Do you
situations.
think if you're like going on the show, you go like YouTube a few clips here and they're like, oh, this guy's just gonna mess with me the whole time?
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what though? They don't do that.
no,
No,
nobody
yeah.
does.
Where was it?
Jimmy Kimmel came on there, and Jimmy Kimmel got pit. Like,
Who wanted to fight him? Who punched Hannibal Buress the one time?
oh no, Hannibal
no, it
Buress
was
tried to
that guy
kick
with the
Flavor
chain.
Flav in the face.
Yeah, Flavor Flav, yeah.
He,
Okay, so
but like,
good.
if you go and like find like, there's an interview out there where I think like Hannibal Buress asked questions from the internet, and it's like, did you really kick Flavor Flav in the face? It's like, hell no, I didn't. Are you kidding me? I'm not nuts.
That would have been so good. That was so good.
But I mean, it looks so real when you
Jimmy
saw
Kimmel
it.
got pissed at.
Yeah, so this is a good one. Jimmy Kimmel, like Eric Andre calls his assistant, gets him booked, and like Jimmy Kimmel is like goes on, doesn't know, like nobody knows what the hell's going on the show, in Kimmel's camp. He goes on, it's like the most weirdest thing going on, and Jimmy Kimmel just like rips his assistant afterwards, like what the hell was this? And then the next season they call, I think it was Lauren Conrad from The Hills or something like that.
Oh, God.
And Lauren Conrad's got the same assistant as Jimmy Kimmel, and the assistant couldn't say anything to Lauren Conrad as she comes on, and like it was just
Why
like
couldn't she say anything to her?
it's like I don't know why they didn't or anything, but like you could tell like Eric Andre was talking
she
about
probably
it,
really
like,
hated working for Lauren Conrad. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna get you back.
yeah, but like they go out of their way to like find celebrities that have no idea who the hell he is.
Go ahead, Joe.
I did once see Kristen Ritter, who I'm trying to think of stuff that people would know her, and she played Jessica Jones in the Marvel superhero shows on Netflix. That's the only, and she was the girlfriend of what's his name in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, Jesse.
Jesse, yeah,
Yeah,
she played the
okay.
girlfriend of Jesse. So
Little
she's-
cutie.
She did a TV show with Eric Andre like years ago.
Oh, nice.
And then Eric Andre invited her onto the show. And so she knows Eric. She knows of the show. Kind of played into it. But then Eric took it so far, you could tell there was like a moment in this video where Kristen Ritter goes from like, haha, this is kind of awkward, whatever, to, no, you have to stop. Stop. Like, she even addressed him differently with a different, like, instead of saying like, whatever, she was like, Eric, you could hear it in her. He takes that show so far, dude.
He does.
That dude dated Rosario Dawson.
And now he's dating the freaking chick from
or Emily.
No,
Is
he's
it not?
No, that was like a hot fling.
Was it? Yeah, they just all they did was put a picture out from.
Yes,
I
there was
saw
a hot
that.
fling. He actually, I was going to wait for
okay.
the show, and I'll tell you about that in a second.
Wait, what is that?
Emily, it starts with an R. She was the dancer who was
In the Blurred Lines with Alan Thicke's son.
yeah.
Emily Ratajkowski or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Sorry,
So
I don't know what this is.
she dated
Eric Andre for a hot minute.
Yeah, for a hot
Oh,
minute.
this is what you. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I was
sorry.
saying. Yeah.
we totally cut you off and threw that.
Oh
out.
no, it's okay, it's okay.
Gives the rest of the world a little bit of
I
a
thought
chance.
this was. I thought I missed it. I thought you were saying.
But
this
you
about
were
the
saying
other
that
lady.
Eric Andre takes it to a whole nother level, and I'm like,
Oh no, I was gonna say like that dude dated Rosario Dawson,
Yeah,
and then
sorry.
Rosario Dawson broke up, and then went to a politician who may be running for president one day.
Oh wow.
Isn't that such a weird?
Yeah, I don't know if
like,
that guy's ever
she dated
president.
the
Yeah.
guy who did this crazy show.
Yeah.
And now she could be dating the future president of the United States.
That is pretty crazy.
Can I-
It's good.
Hollywood's a
you
crazy
gotta
place,
fail up,
man.
man. You gotta fail up.
Can I say?
She's a very successful actress.
Yeah, but if she's failing up in a relationship, you know, she failed. It didn't work
That
out.
makes
She
sense.
was
Yeah,
up.
yeah, that makes.
How do you know
total
she
sense.
didn't break it off with him?
She's leveling up.
Yeah, she's level. You know, that one failed. It didn't work out, so she moved to the better. Up.
Oh, okay. I was taking it.
She wasn't failing down.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
She didn't go date. Like,
Well, the fail makes it like in my
Yeah,
head.
the
it was
relationship
Like a
Hey, aren't
negative
all relationships
connotation.
failing up? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you failed at this one, but you're leveling up.
Is it
Yeah.
up though? I mean, in this case, it definitely is up.
It
right?
definitely
Like,
is
in
up.
terms of status.
I mean, she didn't
Yeah.
go to Flavor Flav afterwards, so she's going the right way.
That's not leveling up.
No, so he actually did an interview on that, and they asked him about that picture from Valentine's Day, and he went into this rant about how people are like, she shouldn't be with you, blah 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 blah, and he's like, beauty is just skin layer, and he's like being a funny guy and like being an interesting person, and in my head I'm like, bro, you are insanely like, and just take it as a compliment. Like, you got lucky. You're a comedian. You're not a comedian. You're not wealthy. You're not popular. She's not going to talk to you, bud.
No.
Sorry.
That's very true. He definitely takes, like Joe was saying, takes it too far. He was in the first season of his show. They did something where like he interviewed a bear, and the bear.
I was gonna say that he brought out a real bear.
A real bear, and nobody holding the bear, no chain, no nothing, no leash. That bear was going apeshit. He's like, I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. Like, he literally breaks character in the like doing this, and it's like, I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea. Like, this isn't funny anymore, guys. Let's rail this thing in.
Yeah.
And then like the other one, my other favorite one is when he messes with Alex Jones.
Can I just say, in relation to the bear, I heard Hannibal didn't even know there was going to be a bear.
Oh.
So his reaction when that thing
It's
came
like-
up behind
it's
the
like
curtain
real.
was like a what the fuck, oh
Yeah.
my god
Yeah.
moment. And
His reaction
Yeah.
definitely was like that.
Did you ever see a stand up on Netflix? Yeah,
No.
It's weird. It's weird.
No, I saw the clip of it and I didn't
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
weird.
at
I watched
all.
like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is weird.
Hannibal or Eric Andre?
No,
Eric
Eric
Andre.
Andre.
Oh,
Eric Andre is definitely a weird guy.
funny as all get out.
Yep.
No,
But didn't Hannibal stop doing stand up?
No, he's doing. He took a break a little bit. He wanted to do like Adam Sandler kind of funny music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a good call.
Well, I mean, take a break. He's his.
dude's
Well,
still successful.
yeah.
He's doing something right.
no, what I was gonna say is Hannibal. He did a podcast with Steve-O and they talked about being on the Eric Andre show, and he's not on it anymore.
Yeah.
and he's just like at a point you're just like you're tired of like it always just being cringeworthy and like like never knowing how your day's gonna go because Eric Andre is just gonna make it hell, and it's like I was just done with it.
It's a lot to do that show.
It definitely it is.
I'm not
I mean-
cringy. I don't know what you guys, but I hate cringe.
Oh, so do I.
I can't watch. I could not watch that show if you gave me.
there's like I've watched like a bunch of
I
clips
watched
of
the
it.
clips that Chris showed me.
Yeah, I mean, like some of them are just like some of them are really funny and good, but like other ones are just like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah, I mean, it is a thing where I respect Eric Andre a lot for doing this show for so long, because I got to imagine, like, if it were me, I'd have to go in and go, all right, I'm going to set this up, and I'm just going to try and make this go as like buck wild as possible every situation, and then just let an editor do it, because I couldn't watch it after the fact. Like, if I'm in it in the moment, it's a bit different, but yeah, watching that stuff. I mean, I did go on a tear.
Yeah,
of it
like
for-
he would
for
go
a
out
while
into
back
like
in the day.
he would go out in New York
so crazy.
and mess with
Yeah.
people, and it was like
That dude.
and like I don't know how he got like didn't get killed by like people and stuff. It was like what is it? What's his face?
It's the most
Ari
crazy
Shaffir
stuff.
doing the Amazing Racist thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
man. I remember
Did you see
renting
he
that
did
from
whip it?
Blockbuster.
He did whippets on Joe Rogan's the last Save Our Parks.
What are
podca-
whippets?
It's like you if you ever go to Starbucks and you watch them pour your whipped cream, there's an air canister that's in there because whippets are the now
it like-
drug choice of most teens.
Is that the same thing that you
Like-
use for
Was it like
paintball guns?
huffing?
Yes.
So like
CO2?
dust, it's
Yeah,
like,
CO2
it's like
pretty
the
much.
CO dusting
Okay.
off thing.
Yeah.
You spray your clean your.
No, I don't know. No. You suck in the helium in it, and like if you ever watch, you could watch Steve-O's last time he got high, like before the intervention, and he's got whippets strewn thousands.
I think like you can do it with the cans with the whipped cream in it.
Yes.
You run it out and then you just
you
like suck
yeah.
out. Yes.
So
I
he
do
did a
remember
whip
that
it
video
on Joe
Yep.
Rogan's podcast.
Really?
It's insane. And Joe's like, "Are you like what is wrong with you?" Like, because that stuff. But then again, they talk about like how the how we were taught drugs is such bullshit. Like they said, acid would burn holes in your brain. That never happens. Molly, same thing. It would burn holes in your brain. No chance. They said that cocaine. If you did cocaine once, like you could be hooked to it. That's not true. There's a lot of BS.
I think it
to
depends on your personality too.
A lot of
this
the
stuff.
70s Ronald Reagan era type drug.
Yeah, they've debunked a lot of that.
But I mean,
Incorrect.
there are long term health consequences of it though.
There
Now, we're
are.
not saying long term, but I'm saying like how to scare you was.
I could to kind of speak to
This is your brain.
I would say
This
yes.
is your brain on acid.
They did a poor
Yes.
job educating people and lying and over exaggerating, and now
Exactly.
people are like, well, it's not as bad as you say. So some people are kind of much like anything else, overcorrecting, and now you got people dying off of fentanyl because
Yeah.
they're like,
But
dude,
coke
drugs
with
aren't that
fentanyl
bad.
is a whole other ballgame.
Yeah.
But anyways, you were saying.
I have no. Oh, so he just did whippets on it, but and I thought that was kind of crazy, and I think Ari Shaffir is he's a nut job. But I did watch his.
He definitely is.
I watched his special on YouTube, and it was not too bad, not bad at
It was
all.
okay.
It was pretty decent. Talking about YouTube, actually, did you guys see? This caught me by I've never watched YouTube TV. I don't know if you guys have seen it or use it.
Yeah,
But-
I've seen it and used it. I don't have it.
Did you?
but
Did you?
I've
They
used it.
just Google just upped the. Yeah, we got a little bit. Of time.
letting you know.
Yeah. We just. They upped the price to $79 a month for YouTube TV.
$79.
$79 a month.
How much was it before?
I have no idea, but I saw that and I'm like, who? Like, who's
Well,
paying for this?
it's like a substitute for cable, basically, at that point, right?
What do you get with YouTube TV? Anybody know?
Guessing you get like
It-
all the
you
cable
get-
channels. Max used to get. I think Max had the NFL Sunday ticket on it.
Yeah, it's basically like cable television.
Are we sure they're not tiers of it too? Like usually there's like different tiers. of these things.
Google upped the price because of the content creation is killing them.
beginning immediately for new
There's 72,
subscribers. The
72,
basic package, which more than 100 TV channels, will cost $72.99
Yeah, so
a month.
it's basically in cable.
That's an $8 increase from $64.99 per month. So it was already very
Yeah, it's
expensive.
It's basically getting cable, right? I mean,
it's
of those
gotta
100
be.
channels, it's like cable. When you
I've-
have cable, you watch like 8 of them.
Yeah, anytime I've been at a place that has it, I'm watching regular TV, and then somebody flips to some other sports game on a channel, and they're on YouTube TV.
Okay.
So it's basically my
I
understanding
just
is
couldn't
much
imagine.
like
It's crazy how here we go with inflation. Grind my gears, inflation. It's
that's an insane
Yeah.
amount of money per month for that. Wow.
Let's get real about inflation. The Kaiser Coors Light, guys and gentlemen, is getting outrageous for a 24 pack here.
Wait, how much is it?
I mean, the Mariana's is like $17 now for these things.
Oh
Why
my
are you
God.
doing Mariano's, dude. That's your problem.
Even where Benny's the same price.
You got to go to Costco.
Rich guy over
Hey,
here. Going to
Jules is-
Mariano's.
Jules the same thing,
Going
man.
to Mariano's.
Okay, so Chris showed me. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to a Bulls game today. Look at all these things I had for us to talk about. I wanted to get a prediction on the UFC, the big fight tonight.
Well, let's go rapid fire. Rapid fire question. Let's go, Peter.
All right, well, so Joe, give me the UFC tonight. Is it 286 or is it 287? Because it
I
was
think
one
it's
last
86.
week. 86.
Yeah.
And it is the previous middleweight champion. What's his name?
Usman.
Usman versus Chris Edwards.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Leon
close.
Edwards.
Leon
in,
Edwards.
in England.
In England. Oh,
Yep.
yes, it is. So, Joe, give me a prediction. I'll tweet that out right now.
My boy Justin Gaethje's gonna win, and
Okay.
then Kamaru Usman's gonna win.
Okay, I like it. That's Chris. What is that?
Gunnar
That's
Nelson.
your Joe C. Lockless century of the week.
UFC this year.
Gunnar Nelson just won by submission in round
Ooh,
one.
I'm gonna pick Gunnar Jensen
Oh, it's
to
gonna be
win.
an early fight.
So
tonight.
there's 2 other fights as of right now.
Because of the 6-hour difference, I'm guessing. Right?
Got it.
Yeep.
I don't know.
Oh,
about you
you're an
guys, but
intelligent guy, Pat.
I'm feeling real hot on this beer.
Oh yeah.
Like
This beer has its moments, and then it has its
Yes.
moments where it's like, why did I drink
I don't
it?
like this beer at all. It's not my kind of beer.
Pat, can you tell us what you feel about this beer? Give us your
let us know,
review.
Joe, or let us know, Pat.
I appreciate you bringing it, Joe. Not my kind of beer.
Okay, Chris, get that Uber going. I'm gonna
All
get
right.
you.
You're holding his
some
phone, aren't you?
feel-goods.
I think you have his phone, don't you?
No, I give
Oh,
back.
Okay, back. Okay.
Come on, guys.
You goddamn
Hey,
scans.
me and Joe are on the
You're better
same
than
page
this.
on that one,
You're
all right?
better than
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Let's see some. Let's get you guys feeling good about yourselves. Finland is looking for 10 people to attend a free masterclass of happiness to find their inner beautiful or their inner Finland at a beautiful resort. You guys in?
Are they serving Coors Light? Because all I need is Coors Light to find my inner happiness.
That's what it says. To find their inner Finn.
Finn, F or Finn?
F-I-N-N. Finland.
okay.
Inner Finland. At beautiful resort.
I mean, if they're paying for it, I'm down to go. Sure.
You should check it out.
Can you imagine if America did that?
No.
Find your inner American.
You just
It just has
go-
a, it
just go
just
to
has
Texas.
a
We're gonna leave
negative.
that one alone.
Yeah, just even saying
Get
it
it
has
going.
a negative
Not good.
connotation.
Get it going, ladies.
man.
You got
Not
3 minutes.
You just go to
Oh,
Florida.
jeez. Mind and Mediterranean diets. MIND and Mediterranean diets are associated with fewer Alzheimer's plaques and tangles. So let's see what MIND means real quick here.
Mind?
Yeah, mind. Like I was wondering if there's something to.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
it's
you
a-
thought it was
it's
an
a-
acronym.
It's a very,
Yeah,
it's a very
is it
like.
not? You don't think so?
It's like an olive oil. You know, it's a lot.
I think
like
you're right,
olive
it could
fishes,
be.
stuff like that. That it's based.
Unfortunately, they don't give it to you really quickly. Or for the mind diet. So it is a diet. We'll look that up and I'll bring it up next week.
Interesting. It's a
Good
diet
call.
style.
Here's and last one really quick is England is paying Rolls-Royce to put a nuclear reactor on the moon, and they're going to have it done by 2029 because there's kind of a race to get back to the moon between
Oh, baby.
Japan,
To colonize it.
United States, and China. And to have people live and research on the moon.
So why is England jumping in too then?
Well,
Because they're a
America.
world power, baby.
Yeah.
asking,
No, you're right. No, it's a good question.
Because
No,
you just said
it's-
3 countries that aren't England.
Yes,
so I was
yeah,
asking.
I thought the same thing, but it's because it's a NASA work production between
Oh, so
England
NASA and England, the U.S. and England
Yes.
like this. We got it.
I don't
guys.
think that England has a space kind of like a
Program?
Let's not
Yes.
let's not blow up the moon, guys. That's bad for the tides.
I kind of thought that too. Like there must be something out on the moon that makes this.
There's some natural resources up there. That
What is the
everybody
Mars
wants
rover discovered that
Yeah.
they don't want to tell us about?
Joe, you want get us finish this, baby.
Next time we're going to talk about how parts of Africa are separating from its own continent
Oh,
and
really?
possibly, changing the world map.
It's like California.
to. Oh, wow. And on that note, bye.